Alright, sixth graders, we're going to start a chapter on fractions. We're going to learn about fractions and what a fraction is. Fraction is the number of parts or pieces out of the total number of pieces. Okay? So, if we have this model of a fraction and there are three total pieces, one of them has an x in it, that represents one part out of three total. 1/3, we call that. Okay? The numbers in a fraction can tell you about the fraction. Alright? The first one tells you the subject of what you're talking about. So for example, it might be the number of boys in our class. The number of boys in sixth grade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 out of 19. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oops, I see it.
10.
Is it 10?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, 3, 6, 9, 10. You're right. 10 out of 19. So it's the number of whatever the subject is. Okay? Now, it can also tell you a fraction, the numbers in the fraction can also tell you how big the pieces are. For example, if we were talking about, we had pizza on Friday for our Fabulous Friday.
Yeah.
And if the pizza was cut into fourths, you know that those pieces are probably pretty big. Okay? If you have a large pizza and it's just cut into 4 pieces, that tells you the fourths, the bottom number, can tell you how big the pieces are. If you compared 4 pieces compared to if we cut the pizza in 8 pieces, you know that the one that is 8 pieces probably has smaller pieces than the number with 4 pieces. Right? And that's what this model is showing you. If there are 3 out of 4 pieces of the pizza left, then, like my mom used to do, well, let's cut them in half.
Oh yeah, I do that.
No, we have more pieces, right? That doesn't mean we have more pizza, though. We have 6 pieces, but it's not 6 out of 4. It's not 6/4. They're not the same size. It's 6 out of 8. So this is showing you that the pieces are now smaller. We multiplied them by 2, but we didn't make more because we also multiplied the denominator by 2. Okay? I want you to put this drawing in your notes. This is a number line between 0 and 1. And I wanted to show you how these fractions line up with the decimals, because we studied decimals last chapter.
We did.
Did we? Yeah, we did. A little bit. No, it was 2 chapters ago. Yeah. Anyway, 1/4 is the same as 0.25. So I drew a line and marked 1/4, right, 1/4 on the bottom and 0.25, 25 hundredths on the top. 1/2 is 0.5. 3/4 is 0.75. And 1 is 1. Or if we wrote this in fraction form, if it's 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, what would the 1 be in fourths?
4/4.
4/4. Yep. 4/4. Take a look at your worksheet now. Understanding fractions. Let's do some of these together. So first of all, we talked about that the number of shaded pieces. The top number is always the subject of whatever we're talking about. So the number of shaded out of the total. How many are shaded out of the total? From number 1. Melina? 5/6. Yep. So you just write 5/6. You can write 5/6 with a slash. You can also write 5/6. And let's do number 3. What fraction is represented by that point? Remember the number line that we just did? Aiden?
3/4.
3/4. So this is 1/4, 2/4, or 1/2, and 3/4. Let's go to number 5. We're doing the odds here, if you haven't noticed. Number 5. How would you draw 1/8?
You would draw some sort of item that can be divided up evenly, and then
Yeah.
split it up into 8 parts, and then shape one piece of it.
Do you remember the drawing in your notes? I drew a circle like a pizza, and then I cut it into fourths. Now remember, this is a drawing, so it doesn't have to be exact. But how can you make fourths into eighths? Melina?
By cutting each slice
Yeah,
in half.
by cutting each one in half. Cut the fourths into eighths by drawing it. Devin, are you following along? Do you have these? These are all written already?
Mr. Monson, does it have to be like that, or can it be different?
No, it could be different. This is a simple way to draw eighths.
Circles. We do 8 circles and then it's colored in one.
Yeah.
Yes.
That would be a good way to do sevenths. Would be to draw a model. Rectangle. If we're going to cut it into 7 pieces, how many lines do we need to draw? 6 lines, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Great. Everyone following how to do fractions so far?
Yeah.
Good. We're going to do 12 and 13, 14 and 15 on this.
I'm doing every problem. Do we do every problem?
No, we don't. I don't think you need to do the top part.
I want to do every problem to make fractions.
An archaeologist spends 5/8 of the work time at the site and the rest of the time at the office. What fraction of the work time is spent at the office? What should we do, first of all, is reread, especially go back and highlight the parts 5/8 of the work time at the site, rest at the office. Cool. There we go. So, how much at the office? Again, it's important when you reread to go back and highlight or put a box or check. Check it out. Andrew?
3/8?
3/8. Yep. Because 5/8 plus 3/8 equals
8/8 or 1.
a whole. Yep. Eight eighths. So if this is at the work time, then this must be at the office. What if two identical shapes were both divided into 4 equal parts? Would 1/4 each shape be the same size? I'll give you a hint. Here's a square. And here's a square. Well, a rectangle and a rectangle, let's say that. And this is divided into 4ths. And this is divided into 4ths. Now answer the question.
Depends on which size the shape is.
Yeah.
So would you write maybe? Like it,
Yeah, maybe.
They're not identical.
They're identical shapes.
yeah.
They're not congruent though. I think you're thinking of the word congruent, which means same size and shape. This just says identical shapes, not congruent shapes. So that's a key to this one. Okay? And then do 14 and 15 on your own. And then finally, this one. This is the one I want you to do the whole thing. Okay? So this one is identifying the letter for the given fraction. 5/8. Which one is 5/8? Krista?
I have a question. Can there be more than one for each thing?
I don't think so. Otherwise, you'd have to have one letter, and it spells out something, I think.
What's
So, E is 5/8. And so on, okay? Any questions? Sophie,
Can you do these very quickly if you feel like it?
if you feel like it.
Yes, I'm doing it.
So like that.